What's going on, y'all? Senator Saint here with Crime Fast Podcast. They had me checking in every day, every time I left the house, every time I got back to the house. And I had a job the whole time. I did everything right, and they still did everything they could to get me back to prison. It was the worst experience of my life. But I can tell you this, during my pretrial, there were two programs. One program was called Support Court. The other program was called Restorative Justice. It changed the way my thought process was. And if you ever are in an area that have any of these type of programs, take those programs. I promise you, it will knock time off of your sentence. It'll bring your point system down, and it will look good to the judge. You don't need to be a snitch or a rat to get some time knocked off or a downward departure. Even though that a lot of people think that a downward departure means that you ratted. That is not the case, and I know that's not the case because it happened with me. And that's because our state offers these programs. Massachusetts is another state that offers restorative justice. I don't know if they offer Support Court. I know there's another state that's down, I think it's down south, that offers a program that's similar to Support Court. Now, this is an 18-month program. It's very vigorous. You go there every week. You journal. You do everything you're supposed to do. You don't get no dirty urines. You don't, but you get chances. They give you chance after chance. If you get a dirty urine, the first thing you're doing is an essay. You know what I mean? They kind of treat you like a child. You talk about your days. You talk about your weeks. You get things off your chest. And it made me look at judges and prosecutors differently, because you're in a courthouse while you're taking this program, and there's prosecutors that are involved, attorneys that are involved, drug rehabilitation counselors involved, and federal judges that are running the program. They bring you places such as like rock climbing, hiking. They do things with you. They really believe in you. And that's what I liked about it. They believe in rehabilitation. And the only problem is once you get sentenced and you go to BOP, they don't believe in rehabilitation. You're there to do your time and you come home. That's it. There is no rehabilitation in prisons. And I haven't been to one prison, not one. And I've been all over the country in different prisons, especially during extradition. And I'm telling you right now, they do not believe in that. All that motto shit that they got, all that, protect and make sure everybody's safe. No, bro, they don't care. They're there for a paycheck. Because most of those officers, you offer them a few grand and they're bringing in 50 cell phones. Like, it's a whole different animal. And when you go there, you start to learn different things. You start to understand that what the feds say, that's what DOC goes by. They trump all politic rules. You break those rules in DOC, you going against the federal rules. So that's where a lot of DOC gets their rules from, is from federal prisons and what their gang or reps are stating and passing along down to DOC. I thought they were going to keep me up north, but they didn't. They kept me down south. And I was down south. I was down in South Carolina. And I ended up messing with somebody who I thought was a boy, and I did some time with him. I did a lot of time with him, and he got me wrapped up, man, putting all the dirt on Facebook and sending messages through Messenger talking about this is the plug and this is the plug's plug, and having a picture of me and my wife at the armory. And then we had a female that ended up rolling over, bro, and she ended up getting all her time knocked off, and I got charged with her guns as well. And she sold about 14 guns to this man. So they racked those guns on top of it. So it brought my points up even higher. The judge literally said that I put 34 street bombs into one of the worst cities in the state of Connecticut, which was Hartford, which I did not. I didn't put 34 in. I put 21 in. I know, it sounds like I'm minimizing a little bit, but I didn't put that many guns out there. They took my whole collection. But as far as the craziness that went on there, it was constant stress, man. It was always constant stress. You were always worried about what was going to happen next. You would wake up and hope it was just going to be a good day. Because every other day was, you were stressed out. Either you were going to be locked up, had to get your movies on your tablet, had to get a hold of your people, talk to them real quick, tell your wife or your kids you love them, and that you're going to be locked down for the rest of the day. And it was hell trying to get to the phones, because only 1 or 2 phones would be working at a time. We would have 3 or 4 phones, and you can only, and you're not supposed to use the DC phone. DC had their own phone. DC had their own phone. And it was just so much that I finally gave up, man. I hung up my jersey and I said, this is not life for me. I just don't want this no more. I don't want to be around people who are all deuced out all day long, worrying about getting poked up, sitting there making shivs and making knives, and, watching other cars give opposite cars because they want to get some deuce a knife. And that's like one of the number one rules, man. Like, you do not give any type of weapon to another car, especially out of your race. You do not do that, because they could use it against you, and it's a big problem. That will get you crashed off a yard quicker than anything, besides having a 5K1 or being a PDF. There's a lot of things that ended up going on also there that I just kind of put behind me. Don't remember everything that went on, but there was a lot of sneaking into other blocks, trying to get our tobacco, our drugs, so we can move it, and that's how we survived in there. If I didn't have that, and I didn't have somebody put me on, I would have not had anything when I came home. That man helped me save my vehicle, helped my wife, have an apartment when I came home. We were about to lose everything. So that's when I made the choice, and it was going back to hustling. And when I went back to hustling, that's what I focused on, was money, and only money. And and I had an addiction growing up. I had an addiction since I was 14 years old, and I don't want to say that I beat it, because you never beat it, and I still struggle every day with it. But I don't think about it. I don't crave it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm at the point in my life where the only thing that's important to me is my family, and all I want to do is stay home. I really can't stand my job, but I mean, who really likes their job unless they're doing something they love, right? So I go to work every day and I come home. I don't hang out with anybody anymore. I stay away from people, because once you go in there, and I learned many times that you see who your true friends are. And I gave them chance after chance after chance. And what did they do? They broke my trust every single time. Oh, I got you, you're my brother. And when I needed a little $20 or a little $15, they were nowhere to be found. I only had one boy that sent me, maybe $80 total out of the whole time I was there. My other boy acted like he wasn't getting my phone calls. I had another boy who literally told me he couldn't send me money, which was cool, and I respect that, because he has like 6 kids, and literally stated that I just don't have the money, but I will answer every single call and every single text message you send me. And he did. And anytime I needed to talk, he talked to me. He talked me off the ledge a few times. But yeah, man, that's some of the craziest stuff that I seen while I was in there. It didn't get too nuts, but definitely when you sitting there and dealing with it, you feel the tension in the air when something's about to go down. When something's about to go down. There's not gonna be no everything feels great and everything feels solid and smooth, and then something pops off. No, something's about to pop off. You feel it, and you strapped and ready to go, and you don't know if you're coming home, man. It doesn't matter if you're in a medium or a USP. You do not know if you're coming home. I can promise you that. You don't know if you're gonna get hurt to the point where you leaving in a body bag, or you hurt somebody else and they're leaving in a body bag, and you're sitting in there with a whole brand new sentence and starting all over again with a life sentence or 20-year sentence, whatever the case may be. And the moral of that whole story is, man, is stay home, stay out of prison, stay out of the streets. It's not worth it. It's not worth getting that street credibility, that notch on your belt. It's worth your family of staying home, man. That's the only thing that's important, because they were the ones that were there for you, right? So if they were the ones that were there for you, that's who you owe your loyalty to. Not to these gangs, not to these people, not to these fake friends. You owe your loyalty to your family, and that's it. There is nobody else you owe your loyalty to. And that's what I had to learn, man, because I always put my gang first. I always put my people first, my friends first, and all it did was get me in trouble. And you would think that they would want to see you go home, but that's not the case. They don't care if you go home. They want you to. You'll be a few days away from going home, and they'll come up to you and pull up to you and say, "Hey, listen, this dude is no good. You need to take him off the yard." You know what I mean? And I got lucky and had a great rep And, you know, we gave options. So we would go up to the dude and basically tell him he's got to pack up or he's got to get crashed off the yard. So all of them, every single one of them packed up. And I thank God for that, because if they didn't pack up and I had to crash them off the yard, I could have caught an extra charge, or I would have just walked it to the door. And that's not what I wanted to do. And even if I get in trouble on probation now, I'm looking at 6 years, and I'm 5 months away from being off of everything. And I have early termination waiting to go through. So if I mess up one time, it's over for me. I'm looking at 6 years plus whatever sentence they give me for the crime that I commit. So yes, I am done. I am staying home. I don't want nothing to do with nothing. And everybody can honestly, you know, stay away from me. And that's what it is. I don't want no new friends, and I don't want no new people. And you know, I appreciate all my followers, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But to get people close to me, I don't want it no more. It's all set. Anyway, y'all, remember, we all sinners. We try to walk that life as a saint. We try to be a better person. We might not ever be perfect, but we strive to get there and strive to be. Peace, love, and blessings. And I'll see y'all on the next video.